got a wild one for you this week.
That's right. Are you ready to talk about technology?
Are you ready to talk about putting together a computer?
Are you ready to talk about past experiences that may lead themselves to trauma?
Are you ready to talk about She-Devil by Night?
Are you ready? Are you ready to have already cummed?
Are you ready to talk about Girls Night Part 3 from Men.com?
We are so excited to welcome Farrah Moan on the podcast with us today, and we talk about everything.
It goes up, down, left, right, but it's a wonderful episode, and I know you're going to enjoy it.
You know what that wig is?
Scary.
M.
Oh.
M.
Mom!
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy second. Oh, diva. Our number is 213-536.
hey,
Mom line 80. Or email us sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show. How you sloppy stupid little that's a little welcome to Sloppy Second Big Dipper Meatball and that's Big Dipper.
hello.
It's a Thursday.
Are you feeling jumbo?
I'm feeling plus elite Continental Chubs.
If they made it Chubs,
Why can't they just call it Continental XL or Husky?
Husky is so funny.
But wait, you know what's actually kind of wild about it is that they're like, you're actually too fat to be regular Continental. Like, can a fat person compete in Miss Continental?
I think they can, but they're always like, you're gonna have a better shot in plus because we don't really go for that. We're not gonna love you in your swimsuit category. You know what I mean? I will say though, there are queens who have competed in plus and then lost weight and then competed in regular.
Well,
Could be for you if you're meal prepping the way you are.
but here's
The
thing
vision
about
of health.
Here's the thing about a meal. I'm not the vision of health. I just stopped cocaine. Here's the thing: is by day 3, I'm over it,
Yeah, of course.
and the chicken starts tasting like chicken.
Haven't
know
you
what I
seen
mean?
the sketches online where the people are like, I'm meal prepping for the year? It's a joke. They're like putting their cereal in the freezer for 6 months from now.
Speaking of putting cereal in the freezer, I'm about to go home and put this ice cream in the
fridge,
refrigerator, if you know what I mean.
mean.
Please welcome to the podcast. She's the scene girl that will make you moan, a beautiful show girl, a maker or memeable
That's supposed to say a maker of memeable moments, which is sort of like a tongue twister. Say it 3 times fast.
A maker of memeable moments.
A maker of memeable moments.
A maker of memeable moments. She's Christina Aguilera's favorite wig stealer. Wait, no, she stole yours. Give it up for Farrah Moan!
Oh.
It's me, Christina Aguilera, when she was black.
Oh, no pictures, please.
Hello, how are you?
I'm so much better now. That was such a good intro.
Thank you.
It was
for being
okay.
here.
And I think we did it so quick. We just planned this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was so crazy.
just happened.
Thank you
Well-
so much for being able to come in on such short notice.
Y'all know I ain't doing much except sit in front of my computer these days.
Screaming at the internet.
You know, yapping away, Miss Yap Queen Continental. Plus
We-
elite.
plus elite. Chubbo Jumbo.
Jumbo.
We were. Wait, isn't that a drag queen's name? Oh, Coco Jumbo.
Yes, amazing Queen Australia.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I watched.
See? And I like that
every-
because she said, put Jumbo in my name.
Absolutely.
I'm doing it. We were just talking in the green room beforehand how we've been wanting to have you on the show forever, but we were all sort of like, how do we ask her?
And
And then you were like,
I've been telling Tony Soto, the Tony Soto show.
listen, Tony.
Tony, if
Tony.
you're watching this, which I know you will because you're such a supportive friend,
Oh.
I have been telling you
who?
for at least 2 years to tell Meatball. Every time she says, I'm hanging out with Meatball, I'm like, tell Meatball I want to do the pod.
And she doesn't disseminate that information to
Woo!
me. So you
Tony, do you not want me to do the pod?
Tony is
I
great.
was just with Tony last night, and I was like, "Oh, Farrah's coming on the pod tomorrow. She like is doing it so last minute. I'm so happy." And he goes, "Oh, good." I was like,
Tony
"No
was
mention of
gatekeeping you
she's
from
wanted to
us."
do it." She said, "At least someone's getting her out of the house."
Tony,
She's so shady.
I'm going to make sure you die the next time we play Dead by Daylight.
Okay, let's get into that because I hate Dead by Daylight.
Really?
I do not like that game. I've tried playing as the killer because people say if you don't like being chased, like be the killer. It's more fun. It's
Right.
not more fun.
Well, have you tried all the killers?
No.
You might have just not found a
I tried
killer that resonates with your psychosis.
Oh.
Yes.
I think I tried Jason, and the scream guy because he kind of goes like, shoom, shoom.
I think Jason would be the trapper with the traps. There's not actually a Jason, but there's like one that kind of looks like Jason,
Oh,
or like wears a mask.
who's the one in the
with
mask
the machete?
with the yeah? Who's
Yeah,
that?
that's the trapper. That's my favorite.
Okay,
Because he
because
sets
you like to
bear
lay
traps.
traps.
Yes, I'm a trap queen. Yes.
Hey, what's up?
Actually,
Hello.
I'm not a trap queen. I'm the,
The
trap
trap
queen.
queen.
Wait,
honey.
can you
What?
explain what this game is? I don't play any video games at all.
He doesn't do anything but organize sex parties.
So, okay, I got to give y'all some context. I am not a horror girly. I just have to say that straight up.
Oh.
I do not watch Dragula, except of course yours, because you were like in the early time. Dragula started to become increasingly more traumatizing as a
Yes.
viewer
Yeah.
with what they made them do, and I was like, I actually can't watch this anymore.
But now the Belay
Um,
brothers are gonna be
Don't get me started.
okay. They're gonna be in the game.
In this game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not really. Like they're getting skin. They're getting to design skins or something for.
Oh,
killers.
Oh, I
okay.
thought they were
Something
gonna be like
that.
killers.
No.
Walking around with their nails out.
Talking about hello, uglies, murder.
Um,
Okay, so the game.
I still love you
is-
too.
so I
don't know.
would never have delved into this horror game if it wasn't for Shea Coulee and
Mm.
Tony Soto
Mm.
during the pandemic being like, you have to play this game with us. You have to play this game with us. And you'll love it. You'll love it. With me, my toxic trait is if someone tells me I'm going to love something, I'm going to purposefully, like, I have like this out of spite, I'm going to not do it.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
how dare you tell me I'm going to like something?
Mhm.
And people told me for years I needed to watch Game of Thrones. I was like, I'm not going to watch it. When it was airing, I was the only diva I knew that hadn't watched Game of Thrones. During the pandemic, I had a moment of weakness, got on HBO Max, watched it, obsessed with it.
No, I'm the same way.
So, like, people know that I will like something and they try in good faith to let me know. And I'm very, very stubborn. So, they got me to play and I found it to be very, very difficult. But since I had, already gotten the game and I wanted to be a good teammate, I was
Right.
like watching all the YouTube tutorials and all the like facts about it. And
Oh,
I was
you
like
put in
trying to
the
become
work.
really
Put in the
good.
work.
Yeah, well, because I kind of wanted to like show them, like, hey, your girl's a gamer. And then I just kind of like became one of my favorite games to play. But I do, have like 6 to 8 month hiatuses from different games when I've had enough.
Got it.
Mm.
So like they added one killer. I think it was the night, and I didn't play for like 6 months. And then they added Pinhead, and I didn't play for a year. 'Cause he was just way too overpowered. But yeah, basically it's like you're either a survivor and you have like 3 other teammates, there's 4 survivors, or you're the killer and you have to kill all 4 of the Deves.
Okay.
And so the game while you're playing it is like if I was a survivor, you have to like run around and turn off these like
You have to
generators.
repair the generators to power the exit gates.
Yes, because you're trying to get out. So then someone has to find a key, and there's like multiple ways to get out. Sometimes you got to get the key and get the car started, like get the battery, put it in the car.
Are
drive out.
so when you saying Shea Coulee and Tony Soto during the pandemic, you were all playing at home online and you can
Yes.
talk to each other?
Yeah, with our little we would do through Discord calls.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you can like play with strangers online, which is
Yeah.
again
Do you ever
something I hate.
encounter like little dweeby brats that you play with online?
Well,
Or do
Well,
you always
Tony
play
Soto's
with your
there.
friends?
it's not like Fortnite. So like Fortnite has a built-in voice chat. So you can either toggle that on or off. And if it's on and you have voice chat open for everyone, you get those little brats on Fortnite. I've never played with any game with the open chat on. I
Yeah.
don't give a
That
what these
seems
strangers have to say.
crazy.
With Dead by Daylight, you like literally have to do like a Discord call because it doesn't have that. So only
Gotcha.
the divas that you let into your
Into your
private
space.
But
house.
how? Okay, so now you became obsessed with that during the pandemic,
right.
and now you're like a full blown streamer.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Did you just keep playing it? And are you playing other games, especially if you need an 8-month break?
I play other games. Here's the thing. With streaming, I feel like it's really easy to accidentally like get put into a box with whatever game you like start with.
Oh,
Mhm.
interesting.
And so it just so happened by the time I had gotten my together to get the stream up, I was in my DVD era. Like I was in my little DVD cycle. And now everyone's like, well, we want you to play all these other horror games. And I'm like,
You're like, that's
Mm,
too
I don't
no,
scary.
Scary.
They made me play Resident Evil.
Oh God,
and
the new one.
the zombie killing. I'm so scared of
Oh
zombies.
my
Like
god.
zombies and dinosaurs are like my biggest fears. And so
Two things you can easily run into anytime.
All the time. They're
the
out
time,
there.
baby.
yes.
They're out
Behind
there.
every corner.
velociraptors, like is like a nightmare I have a lot.
Wait, that's so funny. Oh, okay. So you like? Have you tried Rivals yet? I can't get into it. I hate it.
Anyone that mentions Marvel Rivals in my chat gets banned immediately.
Good.
Oop.
Thank you. I
'Cause-
hate that game. I'm out.
And I feel so bad like when I have to say this because like my best friend's on a Marvel show that
Uh-huh.
hasn't come out yet, but I'm not a Marvel girly. I don't like superhero. I think they're corny.
They're just trying to save the world, Farrah.
Well, where are they now?
True.
Where are they now?
They're with the velociraptors and the zombies.
And the zombies. They're all dead.
They're going away.
So no, I have not tried Marvel Rivals. However, it's become such a joke in the chat that I'm so against it that I think I'm gonna have to play it soon.
Yeah. Wait,
Let
so
me know when, because I'll jump on there. I'm bad at it though.
I know streaming is like this huge thing that so many people are involved in. That,
WitchCon, baby.
yeah,
They have their own
it's
convention.
massive, and everyone's doing it. Did you just think like, oh, I should start doing that? Were you watching other streamers when you started your channel? Was it like a conscious choice, or you were like, oh, this would be fun?
I worked for this for years, Dipper.
Really?
Yes. It was 2021. I had watched some streamers. I mean, we're all stuck in our houses,
Yeah.
and we were just in lockdown forever here in Los
Yeah.
Angeles. And I was playing so many video games, excuse me, during the pandemic. Like I was playing Zelda, I was playing Genshin Impact, I was playing The Witcher, I was playing.
Oh my gosh, you're like gamer.
Oh yes, honey.
What about Grand Theft Auto
thousands
5?
played all of that during the pandemic. Which
Yes, it's my favorite
I
game.
played so many hours of Grand Theft Auto 5 during the pandemic that when I walked outside to walk my dog, I was like, I'm in the neighborhood. Like my street
Oh,
is
yeah.
in the game.
Oh shit!
My street is in the game too. It's so
Really?
wild. Yeah, all the I won't say where I live, but yes, it's like
On the street where you live.
yes.
I
But
started
what I
feeling
love-
like I was in a simulation when I go
That
outside in
is
LA. I was like,
crazy.
Did you ever play it online though?
I tried.
But you can't you can't walk 10 feet without someone blowing you up in that online.
They lost me in the
God.
character creation where you had to you couldn't create your character, you had to create the mom and the dad.
Oh
And
yeah.
then the
And then that
offspring
makes
is
the
your
child.
character.
Yeah. So you
Um,
can't make someone that looks exactly like you unless you sit there and like go through and change the it's
But
weird.
then the
That
like
is
options are
wild.
so scary.
I think the new game is going to be better. That game again was made like
Yeah, we need
10 years
GTA
ago.
6. Y'all hear that?
Where is it?
Where is it? We're getting fascism before GTA 6.
Oh, she's political.
Oh yeah. So and then what made you jump into like you played all these games?
Oh, right. So 2021, I was like, I want to, if I'm gonna be playing this many games, like I want to do it. I want to do it with people. I want to
Yeah.
do it with a community. I want to like
Yeah.
I think this would be really fun to do. And watching other streamers just looked so fun. So that's when I started like really setting aside money because I wanted to like have a computer built and all this other stuff. Y'all, it is so expensive.
Built. Computer built.
Well, because you
She's not
you
walking
built
into
a
the Apple store.
it's like a custom computer. You have to have your camera and lighting set up, your microphone. You have
Right.
to stream it so they can see the video game and see you and run your chat. You probably have multiple monitors up,
Took
like a
me
whole setup.
years. Well, and then the funny thing is it's like, so 2022, I started my sobriety journey in May.
Yes.
And so then I was like even more motivated because I was like, I don't want to, like, I started like going to bed at 8:00 at night, like really getting into the old lady, I was 30, flirty, thriving, ready to just go to bed at 8. And
30 and ready
Ready
to
for bed at
die.
8.
literally like yes. And so nightlife I was wanting to pivot a little bit away from I mean I love performing, but like midnight showtime is crazy.
Oh yeah. We
Like-
don't do that at Fastlight.
Like what? So once I saved up enough money to get the computer parts because
Yeah.
each part's like, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000. And then so I got all the parts. And then my boyfriend at the time in 2023, June 2023, my computer was born. Okay. And then once I had the computer, I was like, okay, yes, I can start streaming now. Bitch, I'm a drag queen that hadn't touched a computer since 2009.
You didn't know how to type.
I didn't know how to use Windows because I'd only ever touched like an iPad and maybe like
That is so
That
crazy.
is hilarious. So
So-
how did you learn?
I spent a year watching tutorials how to do like watching how to use Windows on YouTube. Like
Fair.
And then
YouTube
each-
really is college.
each program has its
YouTube is
own interface.
everything.
It is. I mean, I was like, well, I learned so much with drag on YouTube. Like, I guess there's probably computer stuffs in there.
Yeah.
But every single program has its own interface. And I'm still learning, but I'm learning as I go now. So it's been a long goal that it's really fun and cool to be living in the middle of right now. I'm so excited.
I love that.
That's so
And it's cool. It's also because people are excited to go on a journey with you. People are excited to see you do something new. And like literally when we got back over at the start of the year, Margot, I'm gonna put you on blast a little, like completely unprompted. Margot was like, "Oh, do you see Farrah's like streaming all the time now? Her streams are so great." She just like brought you up because she was
Margot!
so into it. And like it's cool. People want to watch you and people want to like see what you're up to over there. That's awesome.
Well, and I like to say my stream isn't, you don't have to be like a gaming enthusiast for my stream because I just yap. I spill
do love
tea.
that.
We talk a lot of about Trinity the Tuck. When the chat starts getting
We
quiet.
don't say that name in this
we make
room.
fun of
We
Gia
call her by her
Gunn.
real name. She Devil by Night.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
I was gonna dress like her, and by that I mean the devil.
when
Trinity the Deem.
it is so crazy that on this season of Drag Race they keep including
Lexi.
Lexi's comments about I thought Sam Star would have
I know,
she-devil blood.
They keep adding it in.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm loving this season.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's so
Meatball was
I'm going-
critical.
I was critical, but now that I've just kind of let my brain rot into it,
That's
and
what
just
it's
be like,
for.
these girls don't know anything. I'm having a good time.
Because everyone was kind of up in arms that, Lexi Love at 33 is the eldest queen on the show.
But that's just what the
well,
show
and that
is.
does really bother me.
But
like,
how
the
old were
grandma
you?
Thing. I
How
was
old were
22.
you on season
but-
9, right?
Right, but we had Charlie Hyde, who was
Right.
like 50,000.
Do something,
know,
Charlie.
Do something, Charlie.
And we had half of our cast. Like I think it was just
You were
me,
the
Aja,
baby.
and Valentina. We were the babies, and then the rest were in their late 20s, 30s, I think even 40s.
Sure.
So it was a really well-rounded age-wise cast. And God, season 9 so iconic, isn't
It
it?
is.
It is. And that I always think makes for some of the better moments between queens is like, on season 7 when like Kennedy was like talking to Violet and they had beef, but then eventually like we're chatting about like the history of drag or whatever. And it's like when there's a decade or so between people, it makes for good connection. When they're calling Lexi grandma, that's crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
selfishly just wish they casted more, mostly queens in their 30s because, just looking back at, when I was 22, I didn't know shit about myself. I didn't know who the I was. I was trying to be what everyone wanted me to be and what everyone would like. And I was such a people pleaser. And I was so, lost and young and,
Yeah.
scared. And it's like, me in my 30s, I've never been more sure of myself in my whole life.
Mhm.
And you can see that in the queens in the show. They just have this, even looking at Lexi, she knows herself. And it's
Completely.
her personality is so real,
But some queens
I
are younger
think-
and they completely know
Some
themselves.
queens
Some
can.
queens.
Some queens can.
Joella, she really knows who she is and what she's about and what
Well,
she
she
brings to the
thinks
table.
she
No, she
does.
absolutely does. She
She
is
is
the
so
Slasian
sure.
diva of LA.
Which I had never, granted,
can't-
I haven't been going out since the pandemic.
I've never
And she's
seen you
probably
out.
been doing drag for what? I don't know.
I think about 3 or 4 years.
Right. So she's
Yeah.
a pandemic baby. So
Maybe right before the pandemic she
Yeah,
started.
when
I
did
didn't
you
really know
when did you
her.
start booking her?
Well, Fat Slut didn't start until after the pandemic, and the first time I booked her, it was because she convinced me that she was Katy Perry's daughter, and then the second time I booked her,
Biological?
yeah, I said,
Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah, you came right
twins.
out of there
spitting image.
Because why would you book her if she's
because
Katy
she used
Perry's
to go by
drag?
Joella Perry,
I
and
know,
she
but-
sent me a bunch of videos of her and Katy, on
So
stage
what,
with Katy
Star
Perry.
What are
So
you up
I
to?
literally was like, okay. Well, at that point, I was just like trying to get names.
With
To
you.
me, I was just like, I'm just trying to get names that like everyone in LA knows so that I can
Everyone
have
knows
bodies in the room.
Perry.
And I
Perry
thought
in
everyone
LA.
knew her, but then she got there and no one did. And
Tony told me she placed last on her baby competition.
I don't know these. See, these are the things I don't know. And then the second time I had her, it's because she was like, I'm on Drag Race and I really need to perform this song. And so she came and like performed it.
What song was it?
Can't remember.
I also think, Farrah, one of the reasons that production casts younger people is that they can get them to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And then she did a 14-minute mix in a 5-minute slot. And we'll be right back after this break.
Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. We're talking fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and even more. I love Rakuten because it's not some obscure retailers they work with. You can use Rakuten to shop at Macy's, at Urban Outfitters, Petco for all your pet supplies that you need. I love it that they work with Kiehl's to get all that good lotion and skincare. Rakuten is great because it's such an easy way to earn benefits. Basically, your favorite stores pay Rakuten to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. And cash back is deposited directly into your PayPal account, or Rakuten can send you a check. You can even maximize your savings by stacking cash back on top of other deals, like store sales and coupons. You're already shopping at your favorite stores, why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and it's easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
And we're back. I might need another Red Bull. Hold on. Can I go?
She's giving Christina Aguilera a run for her money today,
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
Round of applause for Miss Meatball.
Wait, what is it? And then she peeks through the curtain.
And
then
then
she
she
goes,
goes,
Wagon Wheel Watusi!
Wagon Wheel Watusi!
Did you love that movie Burlesque?
That movie is why I did drag. Like, that movie, like, literally is the thing that inspired me to be an entertainer in this lifetime. Yes, that movie is my #1 favorite movie of all time.
It's so
And you know
good.
why she wins in the end? Air rights. That's how it happens. I love that
Right.
movie. I saw it, I think, opening weekend. I was living in New York, and me and my friends each brought 2 Four Locos into the movie theater with us. And then the whole time she was like, get it up, let me hear you, Burlesque.
You're like-
we would literally go, Burlesque! And just like piss off everyone in the theater. It was so fun.
The
Well,
first
by
time I
everyone
saw
in the
that
theater,
movie,
I mean the other 2 people there.
the first time I saw that movie, I went on a date with this guy when I was in high school, okay? And he
Right.
was this guy
old.
who,
Yeah.
y'all ever had like a hallway crush?
Sure.
Yes!
So he was like my hallway crush, but instead of it being the hallway, it was lunch. So him and his friends sat at the table next to the one where me and my one friend that I had would sit by ourselves, right? And I always made sure to sit on this side of the table so I could look at it.
Don't laugh at me and my
It's
one
just-
friend.
It's just the
No,
way he said it.
Meatball,
You're like,
it's
me and
funny.
my one friend that I had.
No, and we would build a wall out of our purses so that no one could feel like they could sit with us. So anyway,
You can't sit here.
You can't sit with us.
She's like, I only had one friend because I didn't allow anyone else. to
So
join.
I would just like stare at him all lunch period, and he was just so hot. And finally, like I got the like courage to message him on MySpace,
Oh, yeah.
and turns out he was down to hang out. And so we go to the movies. We didn't have any plan of what to see, and was like, oh, let's just see this Burlesque. And I'm telling you, like we're on a date, so he's like wanting to hold hands, whatever. I'm just sitting there like, and then we walked out of the movie theater, and I danced all the way to the car.
Oh my God.
And we never spoke again. He was like, this
Wonder
little
what-
fucking queen.
Because you're like, you're cute and all, but I'm having a religious experience.
Yes.
You're like, my life is changing.
yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's incredible.
It's so
I
good.
feel like it took itself seriously, but it was good at what it was doing, but it knew it was camp. And I feel like stuff doesn't really come out that is that campy anymore.
Well, the crazy thing about the dynamic of burlesque is like the story and sort of the the script is kind of campy,
Yeah.
but the costumes, the wardrobe, and the
Oh,
makeup is like
cunty.
top level.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, oh my God. I've had so many iterations of replicas made of the "But I'm a Good Girl" look, and it
Uh-huh.
still hasn't been done right. And so I'm gonna have to have a third at some point in my career.
Just run it back.
You just like take shots from the film and you're like, you see how this is different here? I want that.
Well, finally, it was on display in one of the Hard Rock hotels at some point, and I saw it like in person on my travels. I can't remember what city it was in now, but I was like, wait, it's like not actually that pink. It's like white with like the very softest bit of pink.
Oh.
And it was the lights and
lighting.
everything that made it look really pink. But
Yeah.
it's really not like it's like very, very, very pale pink.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Every time I've ever had it, it's
Nice.
done in like a bright hot pink, which is just not
Not what you
right.
want.
So
Let's talk about Las Vegas versus Los Angeles.
Because
Thoughts?
you were one of the original Vegas divas.
was I? I mean, I
Well, there was
literally
some drag scene there before.
I
she
literally
lived
Not
there.
in the way I see it.
I literally lived in Vegas for a year and a half.
That's it?
Oh.
Yes.
Why do we all have it burned in our brains that
I
you
thought
were
you
a Vegas
were
girl?
a Vegas queen.
Everyone always said people are literally like people like, do I look like I had a childhood in Nevada? I'm way too supple. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're
Have
not,
you seen
you're not leathery.
I know you from Austin, from like
Yes.
way back in the
You're from Austin?
Mm-hmm.
You're Texas?
I'm Texas. Well, I'm technically from Houston. But the moment I turned 18,
I'm
I was
from
like, I'm going to
Katy.
Austin. You're from Katy, Texas?
Yes.
Oh, I did so many drugs and alcohol underage in
Oh,
Katy.
absolutely. That's where you do it, man.
I knew someone in Katy. We used to party at their house, and they had a tanning bed in
Yeah.
their kitchen.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
That's
And you were
Katy.
like, excuse me?
Oh, we would make
We
little
could just go
blended
out-
cocktails and then take turns in the tanning bed. Oh, yeah.
I had a friend who had their back porch, but they just tarped it in, and they had 2 tanning beds out there.
What is it with Texas? People in Texas?
You could just go stand in the sun. It's Texas. You don't
yeah,
need
but
the bed.
who wants to do that?
You
Yeah,
wanna-
when you
I
can
wanna
really
lay-
cook yourself.
I want to lay on some light bulbs.
I want to lay in the human-sized
Wait, so
microwave.
y'all first met in Austin? Where? Cheer Up Charlie's?
Is it Austin Drag Fest, maybe?
Something, or like it was like South by, like at like Gay by Gay Gay, or like
Gay by gay gay. Someone is very original.
But I mean the real like further connection is that you were in with the squad making the mermaid tails.
Yes.
Trauma.
Trauma.
Oh, yeah, the guy who makes the mermaid tail. It's the one that had the whole TV show about him, right?
No.
No.
This
But-
was a drug dealer that bought drugs from Silk Road on the deep web, and he
They just
used his
pardon that
money
man.
selling drugs to fund his lollipop company, and then
We represent.
and then used that
This
to
is
fund
your friend.
his girlfriend at the time, who's now, I guess, I don't know, I don't keep up with them. Her dream of doing mermaid tails, and so then they would buy all this like blue silicone. They made molds and all this, and they hired me on. Me thinking that it was like based off of them thinking I was just really creative or whatever, but turns out they both really wanted to me really bad.
Oh.
And eventually they did after drugging me first.
And here it is. See, we did have a question in here that was, do you have a wild exclusive story for us on the pod? It
Oh,
seems
so
like
many.
every time you go on a podcast, you reveal something wild about your life. Anything crazy happened recently? Anything traumatic? This sounds like it.
Well, this was when I was 19.
I know it's not recent, but
That's
it
I
is
was
traumatic.
19 years old.
Crazy.
Are you okay?
Yes. I've been in therapy twice a week, y'all.
Good
Hell
for
yeah.
you. Good
The
for
amount
you.
I
It's
spent on
working.
therapy, I could have bought like a sports car.
Wow.
But
And
who
I
needs
love
a
it.
car in LA?
I feel like once you've had this much therapy, you can talk about things without you being like,
Well, yeah, and it doesn't
Yeah.
destroy you for the rest of the day. You're like, I'm
right,
processing
we're
this,
going to get
I've
into
learned
deeper stuff, I'm
this.
sure.
But that is so interesting because, yeah, we met.
So Dipper has a mermaid tail by this man. I'm
Not
sure
I
it
worked on
it
it.
doesn't fit anymore.
I
She made
literally
it.
made it. Yeah.
Look how big he got.
Yes, I'm triple the size. But I sold that tail. I think I sold it back to them or something.
Oh,
That is so wild.
That's crazy.
I
they
didn't know
were
anything.
crazy.
Yeah, I met them at like a random show, and they gave me a card in Austin, and it was probably in and around the time I had met you because I used to play shows down there all the
I
time.
used to be so proud that I made your mermaid tail.
Yeah,
I feel like I've met you several times and I was like, I worked on your mermaid tail.
I know.
And I've never told you the tea about the
Never.
people, but
The assault.
That's
Would you remember
really
the first time we
intense.
met?
Hard pivot.
it's hard to remember the exact first time because we've met each other so many times in this life.
It was at the Red Line, Marta Bichu's drag con show. And we all had to get ready in like a room the size of like that corner.
And
to
was
be-
that when Ritzy Bits
broke
brought
the
down
curtain.
the curtain?
Yes! Oh my god. Ritzy Bits did a back handspring and like her heels caught the curtain. And back then the curtain
And-
was literally just like curtain rods.
Right.
Pressurized.
And all the queens were just behind the curtain, just like
And so the
wigless,
curtain,
like,
the curtain
Stop.
comes falling down, and all of us are just standing there like, oh, hello.
we're
And
like,
like,
hey.
Back in your turban with Afro puffs hanging out the side, Dave.
sure, probably. No, it was after that. I was
Oh,
wearing
okay.
wigs back then.
That's a wig.
It was a turban with Afro puffs. But I remember that was the first time I met you, and I was like, has anyone ever told you you look kind of like Laura Bell Bundy? And you went,
Oh.
I don't know who that is. I was like, okay.
Wait.
Do you know who Laura Bell Bundy is now? She originated the role of Elle
Elle
Woods
Woods
in the
and-
Broadway musical Legally Blonde. But you do give Laura Bell Bundy.
I love that.
She's like, I actually do know who that is. And she's
My thing
fucking
is, I'm
ugly.
not a musical theater girly.
Gotcha. But did you
But-
see Wicked?
No.
Mm.
No. I can't watch Ariana Grande shine.
Ooh. She just got nominated for an Oscar.
She just
I
got
know. We
nominated
don't
for
need
an-
to talk about it. I'm just
Okay.
kidding. We love Ariana. We
Okay,
love
so-
you, Ariana. If you're an Ariana Grande fan, I love Ariana. She's so creative and original.
Well, you remember what happened. And the stylist was like, that didn't happen. And I was like, girl.
No, the person that made it said this did
This
happen.
is-
It
yeah.
was literally Farrah's. Stop
The
attacking
image
her.
Was you, yeah. Which I think is crazy. And now they have an Emmy. Moving on.
I'm so happy
Who has
for
an Emmy?
her.
The person who made it.
Mindy
Oh.
Lamore.
Yeah. Oh, there she
Love
said
her.
it. Love Mindy.
I
She did-
actually
she
really
did all
do
the-
love
she
her.
did We're Here.
She's so freaking talented and
she
so
did We're
gorgeous.
Here.
She does We're Here, and I've had stuff made by her that's like incredible. She's
Yeah,
a great,
I hear her
She's-
name.
An amazing drag queen. She's an amazing like artist, amazing
Oh
seamstress.
yeah, she used to do a bunch
Love
of stuff
her.
for the Boulets.
When you think about all the like behind the scenes talent that they tapped for We're Here, that is
So
cool.
good.
Luscious.
I was asked to do makeup on that show.
Really?
But I was too depressed to want to do anything. So I turned it
You're like,
Eureka had asked me for them. And I was like, I just don't know if I can handle all that right now.
And you're like, I'm kind of sober, and Eureka, you're not.
This might have been before that. I mean, didn't We're Here start like
it started. It
In
was
the pandemic?
pre-pandemic, right? And then they took a break, and then they came back after the pandemic with the different versions of it.
I was in my new house when it first happened, so yes.
Yeah.
No, but then in the box there was a wig, and I remember Joel Kim Booster gave me his wig.
Should
and
I just Google it?
Yeah, just Google it, because I had to go to his house, and he was like, well, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I can't like give it to you. I'll just leave it on the porch. Thoughts? Porch wigs?
love.
What's your favorite? You were saying that ever
Sometimes they need to air dry with some natural air.
Yeah. just
You
Oh,
know,
interesting.
people don't talk about this enough.
Yeah. I think it was shot beforehand, but then came out during.
Yes. Correct.
Because I had to get a porch wig from
Right.
Joel Kim Booster, my
April
dear
20
friend Joel Kim Booster.
It came
Joella
out-
Perry Kim Booster.
April 23rd, 2020 was
The other
season one.
Slasian diva of Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
so when they were filming that, I was still like traveling a lot. And I was just like, I was already just not in a good headspace. So it was already like difficult to do the shows. Like,
Yeah.
God, I hate performing when I'm depressed.
Yeah.
like
What do you enjoy about doing like out of town gigs? Like what's the fun part
Trade.
for you?
Oh no. I hate men.
They pull out her extensions.
What do I love the most about traveling? I
Yeah.
love meeting the local queens. Like,
Yes.
a lot of queens will be like, I need to get ready in a separate room and like I need to be away from I'm like, I want to get ready with the girls. I want to spill tea. I want to like answer their questions about Drag Race, figure out which one I think could be on the show and tell them to put their audition tape in and be like, have you put your audition tape in? Like I love being that real girl in the dressing room. Like I love meeting the local queens and I love hotels. I'm a hotel
Fun.
girly, and I always bring my own like luxurious white robe on the road with me because it's never guaranteed to be in the hotel room.
Right.
And it's so important for me in a hotel to have that robe. So I just bring it with me.
That's
Tell me about your sock policy in a hotel.
Oh, I don't love my bare feet to touch the ground in a hotel.
You've never been to Circus Circus.
Okay, I was just watching y'all's episodes of like Derek Barry, where y'all were in Circus Circus, and I was like,
Sitting in Circus Circus.
No, so when I lived in Vegas, I had this boyfriend. His name, we're still friends to this day. I love him to death. Just because we didn't work out romantically, we're still like so compatible as friends. We're so
What's that
same
like?
sense of humor. He is a gay country singer on the Strip. His name is Chase Brown.
Oh, cool.
And y'all should check him out. He's really entertaining. And when we were dating, he used to do a weekly show at Circus Circus, and I had to go every single week to Circus Circus, to where I almost felt like at home there. But my God, I was like, God, why can't he be at the Bellagio or something? This
Well,
place is a
Circus Circus
dump.
got that good 777.
What is it? Was that the
Remember
restaurant?
The restaurant we kept going to that was
This-
called like something
Oh,
else?
like because of the jackpot.
Yeah.
777. When we got into the hotel room,
I about
we
vomited.
like looked at each other and we were like, socks,
Socks
always.
stay on.
And then I kept catching
Maybe
you.
even bring some house slippers.
Yes. I kept catching you barefoot.
That twas because every time that was happening, I was getting into drag, so I was like having to put my tights and stuff on.
Right.
And so I'd have to be barefoot. And then, once you get it off, you start like, your mind goes, oh, let me go do this thing.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then our rooms were kind of connected. So I kept walking out being like, oh God, why is the carpet crunchy in this room? It was cum.
Like, why is
It
the
was a
bottom of
lot.
my foot being exfoliated?
Oh God, it was
I love that
bad.
you bring a bathrobe with you, though. That's so cute.
And I do bring slippers too.
I keep thinking about bringing mine, but mine's like super nice, and I know I'd leave it. Because you know how you hang something up in the bathroom and then you kind of forget about it being
I
in
don't
there?
hang stuff up when I travel.
Keep it
It
in the
stays
suitcase,
folded in the
right?
suitcase or
Yeah.
folded next to the suitcase. I like to just keep it to where I can pack it back up as quickly as
Yeah,
possible.
I'm the same.
Oh
way.
no,
Because as a root girl, I mean, I don't travel as much these days, but like I remember in the height of it all, like I would sometimes we'd get out from the club at like 3 a.m, and then you
You're
have
on
to
the
get
6 a.m.
to
flight.
the
To the-
airport
yeah.
at 4. So you have like 20 minutes, and then you have no time to sleep, and then you have to sleep on the airplane.
on the airplane, or when you land, you get to sleep for like 20 to 30 minutes and then start your makeup again.
And your cognitive function is really off at that point because you've been drinking, you also are sleep deprived. And so at this point, like at any moment, you have to double, triple check everything because you're just going to forget things no matter what.
Yeah.
I've left like thousands of dollars in hotel rooms before.
Like just cash.
Cash.
And the maid was like, ooh, I
And then I
got a
called-
No,
tip.
that's the
And then you
tip.
call them and like, I left $2,000 in the hotel room. And they're like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
No, there was no $2,000 in here. Sorry,
Yeah.
sir.
I would,
Sir. All right.
I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind if I lost that much money. I'm so poor.
Girl. Mm.
I have to go get another Red Bull, but we'll be right back.
We're
after this
going to be
break.
right back after this break. You know, sleep is so important to living a good, happy, healthy life. I know when I don't get enough sleep, I feel like a shell of a person. It has a huge effect on my mood and my productivity. And that's why I love my Helix mattress. I get great sleep on it, and I travel a lot for gigs. I'm out of town, I'm in hotels, and there is nothing like returning to my apartment and melting into that Helix mattress. It's really my favorite sleep I can get. Helix is great because you take a quiz and then based on your answers, you can find the best mattress match for you. So they have tons of different models to choose from. So if you're a side sleeper or a back sleeper, or if you run hot when you sleep, they've got something just for you. And before getting my Helix, I never ordered a mattress online and then had it shipped to my door. It's amazing. It comes in a box and you don't have to coordinate with delivery service or have strangers in your home. So if you need to upgrade that old mattress that you've probably been thinking you've needed to upgrade for years now, why don't you get yourself a Helix? Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy for 20% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with a mattress purchase. That's helixsleep.com/sloppy for 20% off site-wide and 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. helixsleep.com/sloppy.
And we're back. I'm not a big smoker or vapor or weed smoker or whatever, but my friend had a watermelon one.
Ooh.
And it tasted just like one of the Sour Patch Kids watermelon sours. And I was like obsessed.
I
All
love
night I
that
kept
shit.
doing that in poppers.
What about Zyn? Do you know about Zyn?
Oh, like the tobacco.
It's like chew,
Oh, the thing you suck on?
but it's not
But you,
not
like,
like
put it in your
gross like that. It's
gum.
like plastic or like a pouch or something.
It's a pouch.
I've
but
seen
it's still
'em.
full of tobacco, I thought.
Well, I think it's
It
just full
is.
of nicotine.
It's full of
Nicotine,
nicotine.
sorry.
Right. But yeah, no, I'm not
I see
sucking
people, someone, I think a drag queen pulled that out and like, oh no, it was a go-go. He like pulled it out and stuck it back there. And I was like, because doesn't it rot your gums?
I think it's all bad for us.
It is.
Which
But
is
see,
why
listen.
I don't do anything bad for my body.
I quit doing weed, I quit drinking, and I quit snorting coke, and I quit occasionally doing ketamine,
that
and I
seemed aimed at
quit.
me.
God, y'all, I used to party.
I know. When
I
you,
was the party girl, honey.
Do
I
you
think we ended up at one party together one night, and I was like, damn, she could really go
I could
off.
throw those drinks back to.
I
I could
would- well,
outdrink
'cause
everyone.
Normally, I'm the one that's the problem. Not that you were, but I was like, damn, she could maybe outdrink me.
And most of my life, I was able to remain lucid until the pandemic, and then it was like blackout, crying, trauma dump, like just
No,
disaster.
I never got to see you cry.
Yeah, I was fun back in pre-pandemic days.
Do you and what do you love about your sobriety now?
I'm addicted to sobriety,
Yeah.
which is I know that sounds cheesy to people, but like every day that I wake up not hungover, y'all, I used to drink so much that I would be hungover for like 3 or 4 days. Divas, days,
It happens.
because the alcohol was my gateway drug to like, oh, well, let's get a bag. And then it was like, oh, let's smoke 2 packs of cigarettes. Oh, let's smoke some weed. Oh, let's stay up and go to the liquor store in the morning
Right.
and not go to sleep and then get more booze and then take more shots of tequila and finish a whole bottle of tequila. And then, oh my God, should we go to the pool? And then like, girl, I was like Miss
Nonstop.
Bender Continental
Plus.
elite.
Elite.
So I love just the clarity. I love the lack. My anxiety levels went down so much, which is
Wow.
crazy because I think I like self-medicated my anxiety with alcohol.
Sure.
Mhm.
But what you don't realize is that alcohol actually triggers your nervous system. And so like it actually like amplifies your anxiety over time. So once you're like eliminated from the alcohol, you experience less anxiety throughout your, day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. And I love just having like a normal schedule, like a normal person's schedule. I
Yeah.
love waking up in the morning. I love having a coffee. And, don't underestimate how lively you can get at a bar with a Diet Coke on the rocks, okay? That gets me just yappy, chat, chat, chat.
Actually, that just happened to a friend of mine. We were all drinking, and she was like, "I don't know what's going on. I had 2 Diet Cokes," and she was like dancing on the
Oh,
the
she
table.
was
and
Diet
shit.
Coke
She was,
drunk.
yeah. And she was like, "I've never had more fun." Ow!
It's everything. I love me a Diet Coke on the rocks.
Okay, but like Diet Coke chat again. Can you tell the difference between where you get it from? Like, do you have a favorite Diet Coke? Fountain, bottle, can, glass bottle?
Here's my thing with
Sugar
fountain
free.
beverages. I've come to learn about something called red mold that exists within fountain.
Yeah, if they're not cleaned.
Right, which
And
no
no
one
one
cleans.
cleans
How
them.
do
No
you
one
know how to clean it?
cares. No one's getting paid enough to care.
That is
So
true.
I
Do
didn't
you
know about
remember?
this until like maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. So now I'm like so scared of fountain drinks. But that's fine because the best Diet Coke is in the can and it needs to sit in the fridge for at least 48 hours.
Oh,
Okay.
to get like ice
Cold. It needs to be very cold.
On the
And then
rocks.
crack it open till see the little steam come out and then stick a glass straw in it.
Oh, straight from the can, no ice.
No ice.
See, that's how I like to drink it. But then every once in a while, when I do pour, not Diet Coke, but just any kind of drink, like cold from the can, when you do pour it over ice, it is sort of an enjoyable experience. Because I like that sound.
Mm,
Corey King,
the soft fizzle.
shake the ice.
So ASMR. But I whitened my teeth too much as a teenager, and so anything cold, it's like
Oh, it's too
like
much.
like literally like makes
Oh,
my
that's
body
horrifying.
like my teeth just go. So
Wait, speaking of red mold, do you remember if you were a Houston diva, Slime in the Ice Machine? No? Okay. It was this news guy. I think it was on. Look it up. I forget his name. Slime in the Ice Machine.
Just
And he
slime
would
in
go
the ice
around
machine.
to all these restaurants and he'd be like, "Oh, this restaurant doesn't clean their ice machine. We found," and then everyone would go, "Slime in the ice machine."
KTRK, Marvin Zindler.
Marvin Zindler.
how I'm so uncultured.
Slime in the ice. It was my favorite thing to watch on TV.
And it was probably gross.
It was disgusting. And he would tell you, like, Mason Road, this McDonald's, slime in the ice machine. Don't go drink there.
How could he just weasel his way back?
I think he was just reading, you know
They
how
were sets.
restaurants had grades? I think he would just find, like, like,
Just-
they
I
were
said they were
sets.
sets. It was all fake restaurants.
He would just stand in front of it, which I
Hollywood
don't think is
Magic.
illegal. He wasn't, like, in there doing it. He would
so
just...
how did he have the proof?
The health department would go in and check the restaurants, and then he was
just reporting.
He was just reporting which restaurants were
He wasn't
gross.
an investigative
It would be
journalist.
like if I went to
he
New
was
York.
just a journalist.
If I went to New York, I would stand in front of every restaurant and go, "This restaurant has rats in the kitchen." You know what I mean? Like you could just assume.
Oh, sweet. Are you saying he was lying?
No, I think he was telling the truth. I think he was reading the health department report.
Let's get
I
Marvin
love
Zindler on the
him.
phone.
Yeah,
He
Pretty
looks
let's
sure
him.
he died and had a huge funeral.
Good. I mean, that he had a huge funeral. Not that he died.
Good.